Hi and welcome to Let's Talk. Naascom, which got established in 1988, is a non-profitable organization which has got more than 1,300 members. Today we have with us Dr. Sandhya Chintala, Executive Director of Sector Skill Council. Let's talk. Hi and welcome to Let's Talk. To start with, Naascom is recently into skill development areas. So could you just brief us about what activities Naascom is doing?
Naascom, as the National Association of Software and Service Companies, is a chamber of commerce for the IT and ITS industries. And we have taken on the additional role of basically being a facilitator and an aggregator of skill development initiatives. In that regard, we have become the IT-ITS Sector Skill Council under the Government of India, and the AGs is the body, which is an umbrella one, is the National Skills Development Corporation.
Recently, the sector skill development, the term is in use. So what is all about sector skill development?
Basically, what we're trying to say is, as an industry sector, this IT-ITS Sector Skill Council under Naascom will be the standard setting body, and we will clearly identify the various job roles that are available at the entry level, middle management and above, and try and articulate what are the qualifications and skills and competencies required for these job roles. Ultimately, we feel when we are very clear of what are the job roles and what skills and qualifications they require, we would find a group of individuals who could be trained to be more industry, and therefore it would be not so broad-based but more specific in nature.
What are the new projects that are coming under this development?
So one of the things that we find is most of the children join this industry having some preset ideas about what they're going to do in this industry, join the IT industry, and then they say, oh, this is not what I wanted to do as a job role. So here we are being very specific, and we're going to have and develop what you call occupational standards. So these job roles will be at all levels, whether it is IT services, BPO or KPO, it'll be for engineering and R&D, infrastructure management services. It will also address e-governance, governance, risk and compliance, and also look at cyber security. We feel these are the growth sectors, but students have no idea that there are so many job roles available. So we want to be clear and give them a clear picture of what their career path is. So we will give them an idea of where, if they start at the entry level, where they can reach to the very top. And especially with the respect to the business process outsourcing, it's now also called knowledge process outsourcing, and there is so much happening that the kids need to know about it, young students need to know about it. So there's one of the projects that we will do. The other one is to actually have information, market intelligence about the workforce. Clearly tell you what the supply side is, where the supply side is available, what the demand requirements are, and match this too. It'll also tell you what the skill gaps and deficiencies are, and because of all this information, we will be addressing foundation skill programs and trying to address the skill gaps in these basic skill areas, and also move on further to address domain skills and specializations. But the need of the hour presently is about the basic foundation skills that have to be bridged. For that, we will do faculty development and student training to help various governments, colleges, universities, etc. to address this.
So how do we assess the skill level of the students nowadays?
So what we do is our industry members have got together and they have clearly articulated that there are a set of competencies that are deficient, and they cover areas like verbal ability, attention to detail, learning ability, analytical skills. They look at written comprehension, and in the non-engineering space, it's also covers listening, speaking, reading, writing, keyboarding skills, and people think they're not important. But when they come to an interview, these are the key skills that we find missing, and team building, creativity, these are areas which are not even addressed at our colleges.
True.
So a student not being aware
Yeah.
what is the importance of problem solving
Yeah.
finds themselves at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So what we are trying to do is to create an awareness, create a program of learning,
Okay.
and the awareness is created through assessments.
Okay.
So we have launched the last couple of years, we've launched what is called the Naascom's Assessment of Competence,
Okay.
both for technology as well as non-technology space.
Okay.
So the NACTech, as it's now known, is something that all engineering colleges have been asked to take on board. It'll give them an idea of where they are at for them to get employed by this industry.
Could you just tell us more about what is NACTech, or what all assessment does it do? So does it focus really on the soft skills and technical skills only, or how it works?
Basically, this NACTech was designed and developed by the major players who hire in large numbers,
Okay.
and represent about 70% of this industry.
Okay.
So these companies would be TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Accenture, HCL, Cognizant, etc. So all of them have said, rather than each one do their own assessments, it would be better if you want to have a greater standard,
Yeah.
and the students are well prepared, that we have one common assessment platform.
True.
So that what happens is, every college, if the students are doing this, they have a greater opportunity to get picked up.
Okay.
Sometimes the large companies or the other companies don't go to these colleges, but the student can showcase his strength. So
Okay.
what it provides for the student is an equity to access of employment opportunity.
Okay.
So you don't have to tell me you're in a small college somewhere far off. I still can get this information out to the companies.
Okay.
So it is an online assessment.
Okay.
There is a registration process. They can go to the registration process to their colleges. There is also a retail process if the college is not doing it.
Okay.
So for the on-campus student, their college TPOs are facilitating this.
Okay.
The companies via Naascom have written to all the colleges and said that this year, this NACTech is a prerequisite for hiring.
Getting, yeah.
So it means that this will be the first way that they will assess the student.
Okay.
Then they will do their own internal assessment, which is more on behavioral and interpersonal skills. As a way forward, we think that this will replace all assessments.
Okay.
But this is a transition mode, and we would encourage all students to take this opportunity to showcase their skills.
Now, is NACTech the only thing, or NAC or NACTech is the only thing, or still we are doing the off-campus, on-campus interviews?
We are taking on the off-campus and on-campus interviews. This year, the whole process is going to start off in September.
Okay.
There has been a directive for all our members that they should start employment hiring on campus in September.
Okay.
It will be, it will take its normal course of time, but there would be higher cutoffs because the industry is also transforming.
True.
So obviously the students have to be better skilled, and what better way to showcase that they are skilled than to do the NACTech.
Okay.
So if they are able to do this online exam and then get to the skills, so they will get a certificate which tells them what their competency level is in verbal ability, attention to detail, learning ability, keyboarding, as well as you're going to have is on written comprehension.
Okay.
It's an hour's test.
Yeah.
They have a part B which talks about whether they are a civil engineer or if it is a mechanical, electrical or IT or EEE, biotechnology. They can choose any one of the streams. But we are focusing on the part A, and part B is an optional set.
Okay.
So most of the companies have said that they would really want to see the student doing the part A.
Okay.
So I would encourage that parents also help their children to get into this. Because in an interview, these are the points that we are actually looking at.
True.
So that's one of the
So it's the behavioral skill that also wants to be that also should be highlighted as well.
The
with
behavioral
technical.
and the interpersonal will come in the next level, which the companies themselves will do.
Okay.
But these are the basic vanilla skills that we expect every student to have.
Okay.
So it is pretty critical that they will be able to articulate.
Yeah.
So it talks about the logical sequential thinking, how well they will be able to work in a team,
Okay.
what is the level of understanding of fundamental information in their engineering subject area.
Okay.
Because it's not going to ask them about whether they know the content, but how they're going to apply that information to problem solve.
True.
So that's what's going to come
Okay.
up.
So I'm just assuming that NACTech is basically focused on the engineering students, and we have a similar exam for the non-engineering students as well,
Yes.
which is NAC.
Yes.
So again, what would be the part B for them in this case?
In the part B at present for the NAC, which is the non-engineering, has not been evolved. it will take another probably 5 to 6 months.
Okay.
Because we are actually preparing occupational standards, and these occupational standards or job roles will get integrated into these assessments hopefully and be the part B.
Okay.
So ultimately the country is looking to have a certification which says that the student is ready for the job.
True.
And this is a national program, and the IT industry is basically a bit of a forerunner in this.
Yeah.
But we think that this is the way forward, because ultimately these certificates will become globally accepted, so which gives rise to cross-border mobility. That means a student here who is properly trained and certified should have an employment opportunity anywhere in the world.
Okay.
We hire anyway globally, so our practices are global all the time.
When we say like the skills that a student should be having to appear this exam is basically the engineering part that they are doing. Apart from this, what extra? It's kind of a message that I want to pass back to the students out there. Like what they should be focusing before appearing to the NACTEC or NAC exam.
So I would say basically when they're doing it, that they do their mathematics and the logical sequential preparation.
Okay.
There are sample papers up on the Naascom website
Okay.
so that they can have a good idea. But even if they were going prepared to any interview, their basic information on how they address, how they speak and how they answer, ask them to look at the questions very carefully.
Okay.
And it's very important that they don't take this as a light sort of an exam. They take it seriously, because I mean, talking to each other or helping each other really doesn't work, because it's a job scenario, it's employment opportunity. So I think both parents and students, if they take this opportunity as a serious high stakes assessment, it will really make a difference and an impact.
Okay.
Because I think one of the reasons why we do this assessment is that it's not an elimination test so much. Reason is we're trying to match the right skill sets with the right job. So there is an opportunity for everyone. There are a large number of players. Naascom has around almost 1,300 members, and amongst all of today we are about 3 million people.
Yes.
And we need to increase this almost at another 3 to 4 times this decade. So there is a huge amount of opportunity, those who can practice and make this happen. So we will certainly hope that everybody takes this on board, and probably it's a win-win situation for both the student as well as for the companies.
One question, when you said that the right skill needs to be matched. So as we talked, like we have got BPUs, KPUs, IT, everything. So how a single exam is going to map the skills as such? Probably somebody would be good at BPO, they never know it. So how is that done?
So what happens is when we take on a business process outsourcing or a KPO, say you might looking at finance and accounting or research and analytics, there are certain skills required at that particular level. So what happens is this test does not give you a consolidated score. At every competency that has been identified, you get a score. So somebody might be very strong in verbal ability and not very good at the written, so probably he might get a job which is more attuned to his skills. So it doesn't give you one major 100%, out of 100 you've got 80, but it tells you in your verbal ability, in your attention to detail, in your logical thinking, this is your strength. So accordingly, we will be able to actually match the aptitude and competency of the individual with the job role. So, and then we can train them on domain skills. So I think it's a huge improvement in what we have. And ultimately, we are also working with the government of Kerala here, and we will also be looking at training faculty, giving them courseware, and making a program and a process wherein which ultimately the student can be enabled to actually improve in these skills. So it's just not a test that we're leaving them in, but they're going to help them subsequently to say, how do you improve yourself? So our ultimate goal would be to see that while the student is learning, problem solving, creativity, higher order thinking skills like analysis, synthesis, evaluation becomes a part of the program of assessment. And for that to happen, we feel that the teaching methodology, teaching and learning program must actually be tuned to that. So this is the work that the government of Kerala is actually working towards, and there is an industry, academia, facilitation and consortium that's going to happen to make this a possibility.
Yeah.
And I think it's very encouraging to see the
True.
government doing something so positively in this direction.
Do we have a limit set for the attempts that a person or a student would be taking to these exams, or like they can take every year they want, they can improve themselves?
The first time that this is happening now, they can do it the first attempt, and after a month they can repeat it next time.
Okay.
After that they can repeat it once in 6 months.
Okay.
So that's the procedure that's put in place.
Okay.
So I think it was quite helpful, because if you just practice so that you are going to score well in the test, you will find that you're still not going to be doing very well at the job.
True.
So you shouldn't be aiming to just crack the test,
Yeah.
but really improve on those skills.
True.
So that's what we are looking at.
When we said improve the skills, is Naascom planning to have some trainings or session or something related to that, so that people can get recruited or enroll themselves and, you know, learn a little of interpersonal skills or anything else?
So we are actively working with the government in Kerala here to help the teachers, and we have developed courses called Foundation Skills in IT.
Okay.
And for the BPO section, we have got, it's got Global Business Foundation Skills.
Yeah.
We have shared the course curricula, and there is going to be an active program in which industry trainers will work with the college faculty
Yeah.
to train the students on these skills.
Okay.
So ultimately it will come full cycle.
Okay.
But for this first batch that's coming this year, they'll have to take the shot
Okay.
head on.
Apart from the freshers, for the students,
Yeah.
is Naascom planning something for the laterals as well, like a certification, as you said?
Yes.
Like take an exam, get certified by Naascom, saying that yes, I am rightly skilled for this job.
See, the ultimate, what's going to happen, being a standard setting body, once programs are brought into focus, I think students will have to aim towards a certification which says that they are industry ready, vis-a-vis this program, the NACTEC, which gives you a level of competencies and
Yep.
assessment. So it will happen. It's a part of the evolution of what we are planning to do, and that's the role that the Sector Skill Council has taken on board.
Sure.
And I think that's also the vision of India at large.
It was really great talking to you, ma'am, because it was really informative, and I'm sure that people out there who are in IT, ITES,
Yes.
it would be really great information for them, and also there are a lot many engineering and non-engineering background students.
Yes.
So it is a real good news, great news for them.
Yes.
A lot of skill improvement is waiting for
Sure.
them. Thank
because
you so
one
much.
area which we find in the IT, ITS is that it impacts every other industry
True,
sector,
true.
whether it's auto components, or whether it's retail or BFSI, healthcare, education, gem and jewelry, or it's going to be media and entertainment, construction utilities. IT and ITS has actually integrated itself with everything.
True.
So a student in engineering does not just think that joining the IT industry is the ultimate.
True.
He's got an opportunity with these skill sets to join any industry.
True.
So it's all pervasive.
Ma'am, we have got a small token of love from all of us,
Oh,
from
thank
the
you very
channel
much.
Rose Ball
Appreciate
and
this.
the Let's Talk
Thank
team.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is again a
Thank you
gift
very
for
much.
the
My
family.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.